The sun rises over the Atlantic. Its light spills across the horizon, a slow golden wave. It touches the crests of the ocean, turning the deep blue to liquid fire. Here, on the edge of the great continent, the land meets the sea in a long, unbroken line of white sand. This is a place of immense power and quiet constancy. The waves arrive, one after another, just as they have for millennia. They whisper secrets to the shore, a language of foam and salt that speaks of distant storms and timeless journeys. The rhythm is ancient, a steady heartbeat for the planet itself. This shoreline is a sanctuary for life. Sandpipers, small and quick, race the incoming tide. They move as one, a dance of survival choreographed by the water's edge. Their tiny legs are a blur against the wet, reflective sand, probing for the small creatures left behind by the retreating foam. Further up the beach, sea oats bend and sway in the morning breeze. Their deep roots anchor them, holding the dunes together against the persistent wind. They are silent sentinels, their feathery tops catching the first light of day, standing guard over this fragile kingdom of sand and sky. The air itself feels alive. It carries the clean, sharp scent of salt and the faintest hint of tropical blossoms from inland. The wind, a constant companion, sculpts the dunes into soft, rolling hills. It moves with a gentle but firm hand, shaping the landscape minute by minute, day by day. You can feel its touch on your skin, a cool caress under the growing warmth of the sun. It is a force of nature that is both creator and destroyer, bringing life-giving rain and powerful, scouring gales. This place feels eternal, untouched by the frantic pace of the world just beyond the dunes. Below the surface, the world is just as vibrant. The seagrass meadows sway in the gentle currents, providing shelter for countless small fish and crustaceans. These underwater forests are the nurseries of the ocean, a critical habitat where new life begins. A loggerhead turtle, ancient and slow, glides through the clear water. It is returning to the very beach where it was born, a pilgrimage driven by an instinct that defies human understanding. The natural world here operates on a different timescale, one measured not in hours or days, but in generations, and the slow, inexorable turning of the seasons. If you found this glimpse into Miami's hidden shoreline moving, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more stories that reveal the unseen sides of our world. Your support helps us continue bringing these important stories to light. But the morning light reveals something new, something that does not belong to the timeless rhythm of the sand and sea. Along the high tide line, where the waves deposit their treasures of shells and seaweed, other shapes have appeared. They are angular and unfamiliar. Tents, fashioned from bright blue and gray tarps, stand against the pale sand. They are small, temporary shelters, their fabric flapping softly in the same breeze that rustles the sea oats. They look like strange, fragile shells, washed ashore by a different kind of tide, a tide of human desperation. These structures are signs of a hidden community. A colony of people now calls this beautiful, unforgiving landscape home. They have come here seeking refuge, a place to exist away from the concrete and the noise of the city that lies just out of sight. During the day, the tents are often quiet, their entrances zipped shut against the sun's glare. They stand in stark contrast to the natural world around them. The vibrant green of a palm frond casts a shadow over the synthetic blue of a tarp. The perfect curve of a seashell lies near the jagged edge of a broken plastic bottle. The wildlife seems to watch with a quiet curiosity. A ghost crab, its shell the color of dry sand, scuttles sideways past a makeshift fire pit. It pauses, its stalked eyes swiveling, before disappearing into its burrow. Gulls circle overhead, their mournful cries echoing across the beach. They are accustomed to scavenging for food, but this new human presence has changed the landscape of their search. They are witnesses, impartial observers to a struggle they cannot comprehend. The natural order continues, but it must now navigate this new, unpredictable element. The sound of the waves, a constant, soothing rush, almost masks the human sounds, but if you listen closely, you can hear them. A cough from within a tent, the soft murmur of a voice carried on the wind, the clink of a metal spoon against a can. These are the quiet sounds of life, of survival. They are small and fragile against the immense backdrop of the ocean, yet they are undeniably present. It is a story unfolding in whispers, a human drama playing out on one of nature's grandest stages, where the beauty of the world collides with its harshest realities. As the sun climbs higher, the colony slowly awakens. A man emerges from a small, weathered tent. He moves with a slow, deliberate gait, his face etched with the lines of hardship and exposure to the elements. He walks to the water's edge, not to swim or to play, but to stare out at the vast, empty horizon. The ocean does not judge. It simply is. For him, its endless expanse might be a source of comfort, a mirror to a feeling of being lost in something immense and powerful. Or perhaps it is a painful reminder of the isolation he feels, surrounded by such boundless beauty. Inside another tent, a young woman carefully tends to a small collection of belongings. Her movements are precise, almost ritualistic. She folds a worn blanket, arranges a few books, and cleans a pair of glasses with a soft cloth. These simple actions, these small moments of order, are a quiet act of defiance against the chaos of her situation. They are an attempt to build a home, a space of personal dignity, in a world that has offered her none. The sunlight filters through the thin fabric of her shelter, casting a soft glow on her face as she focuses on her task, creating a small pocket of peace. The struggle here is often silent, hidden behind the thin walls of canvas and nylon. Many are caught in the grip of addiction, a force as relentless as the tide. It is a disease that isolates, that erodes the spirit until only the need remains. The search for the next fix becomes a daily ritual, a desperate hunt that overshadows the beauty of the sunrise and the song of the shorebirds. The brilliant sun that warms the sand can feel like a harsh interrogator, exposing a vulnerability they wish to hide. The paradise around them becomes a gilded cage. Yet, there are moments of connection. Two men sit together near a smoldering fire from the night before, sharing a cup of coffee brewed over the flames. They speak in low tones, their conversation punctuated by long silences. They are not just neighbors in this makeshift village. They are comrades, bound by a shared experience of hardship. They find solace in each other's presence, a temporary reprieve from the loneliness. In this small act of community, they reaffirm their humanity, proving that even on the edge of society, the need for connection endures. The contrast is stark, and it is everywhere. The iridescent sheen on a pelican's feather catches the light, a flash of natural perfection. A few feet away, the dull glint of a discarded needle lies half buried in the sand. Nature's artistry is displayed alongside the debris of human despair. The wind, which carries the seeds of wild grasses and the scent of the sea, also carries the faint, acrid smell of smoke and the murmur of troubled sleep. This beach has become a place of profound contradictions, where life and decay exist side by side in a delicate, unsettling balance. The sounds tell a story of two different worlds colliding. The rhythmic crash of waves on the shore is the dominant sound, a constant, powerful presence. But beneath it, another layer of sound exists. The flutter of a plastic bag caught on a sea grape bush, a sound like a trapped bird. The distant, distorted beat of music from a small, battery-powered radio. A sudden, sharp argument that flares up and dies down just as quickly, its anger absorbed by the vast, open space. These sounds are intrusions, reminders that this is no longer just a wilderness. We watch one individual for a time. He spends his days collecting shells. Not just any shells, but the most perfect specimens he can find. He cleans them carefully in the salt water, his hands gentle and patient. He arranges them in intricate patterns on a flat piece of driftwood, creating a temporary mosaic of stunning beauty. It is an act of creation in the midst of loss. He is not building a shelter or searching for food. He is making art. It is his way of speaking back to the world, of finding order and beauty where there seems to be none. This quiet, desperate existence leaves its mark on the landscape. The dunes, fragile ecosystems that take decades to form, are eroded by footpaths. The native plants are trampled. The waste left behind, though often small, accumulates over time, a slow poisoning of this pristine environment. The human struggle for survival inadvertently harms the very place that offers them shelter. It is a tragic irony. The people here are not malicious. They are simply trying to live. But their presence creates a wound on the land, a scar that may take a long time to heal. But even here, in this place of struggle, hope is not entirely lost. It appears in small, unexpected moments. A woman helps a neighbor secure his tent against an approaching storm, their hands working together against the rising wind. A man shares his small meal with a stray dog that has become his loyal companion. These are acts of kindness, of empathy, that shine brightly against the dark backdrop of their circumstances. They are proof that the human spirit, even when battered and bruised, has a remarkable capacity for compassion and grace. The landscape itself offers a lesson in resilience. After a storm, the beach is scoured clean. The waves wash away the debris, and the wind reshapes the dunes. The sea oats, though bent, do not break. They stand tall again in the morning sun. The sandpipers return to the water's edge to continue their timeless dance. Nature has an incredible ability to heal, to absorb disruption and restore balance. It is a slow, patient process, but it is relentless. This natural resilience offers a powerful metaphor for the human capacity to recover and rebuild. There is a strength here that is hard to define. It is in the eyes of the man who watches the sunrise each morning without fail. It is in the voice of the woman who sings softly to herself as she mends a tear in her clothes. It is a quiet determination to see another day, to endure. It is the same force that drives the sea turtle across vast oceans to find its way home. This deep, instinctual will to live is a powerful current that runs through all life, human and animal alike, connecting everyone on this stretch of sand. The sun begins to set, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple. The tents become dark silhouettes against the brilliant colors. The story of this beach is far from over. It is a complex narrative of beauty and pain, of nature and humanity, of despair and hope. The challenges are immense, but the resilience of both the people and the place is undeniable. As darkness falls and the stars begin to appear in the vast, clear sky, the sound of the waves continues its steady, ancient rhythm, a timeless promise that even after the darkest night, the tide will turn, and a new day will dawn.